There we
Perfect.
go. There we go.
Perfect.
Here's our Tony again.
Absolutely.
Tony's just received some Reiki from myself. So
Is all.
how was it?
Well, it's absolutely awesome. I mean, my body is tingling. I was having some great visions and stuff, and I actually fell asleep because I set an alarm.
Mm,
Um, so I woke up to the alarm. So it was a good session. It was an excellent session.
cool.
At
Good.
least I think I fell asleep, but my body is feels great. It feels all tingly and stuff right now.
Mm,
And
nice.
so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
What did you get on your end?
Well, it was good. It was interesting. It was yeah, I didn't get like loads of stuff on my end, to be fair. I was thinking, oh, I bet I was thinking sometimes you fill yourself full of expectation and then nothing happens and you're just like, oh shit. But at the start, well, I worked I was giving guidance to work on your heart, throat,
Mm,
third eye, and crown chakras.
yes.
So I used crystals for them, and I used aventurine for your heart, angelite for your throat, lapis lazuli for your third eye, and amethyst for your crown. And at the beginning, normally I douse, and the crystal will do whatever it needs to do when it's dowsing, and those chakras are just very kind of flatlined all the way up. But at the end of the session, they were going round and round and round, so the energy was starting to flow again. At the beginning, I felt like it was almost like there was a hand just on the back of my head. It
Mm,
was quite unusual. But then I felt cool breezes all down my back and across my hands, where my hands, because I put my hands over my diagram of my man, and I'll put the crystals on there.
yeah.
Um, and tingling all around, almost like the top of the head and down the side of the head as well. Tingling was there. I was extremely sleepy and relaxed, and it's been the same for me. I've done 3 Reiki sessions today, and each session I've been almost like falling asleep, just
Hmm.
so relaxed with the energy today. I also pulled you a couple of cards at the end. I always pull a couple of oracle cards for people
Oh, sweet.
at the end of the sessions. Um, the information I was getting with regards to your chakras um, was to connect deeper to your heart energy. That will allow your spiritual energy to flow better in your upper chakras. It'll increase your spiritual awareness, probably clearer visions, because I know that's something that you want to work with anyway and get more
Oh yeah.
visualizations.
Yeah.
Um, and Yeah, that was kind of it. But your cards that you got, the first one that I pulled was, I'll send you them over on Telegram so you can see them anyway and read them. But the
Okay.
first one was Lord, which I'll read. Do you want me to read it out for you? The
Oh yeah,
meaning?
go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, yeah.
Um, the message for that card was, don't be afraid to take charge or use your voice. Be strong. The extended message says, sometimes you have to take control in order to be honored. If you feel that your kindness or gifts are being taken for granted, it's time to change that. There is no excuse for bad behavior, and the ancestors are encouraging you to hold your ground, speak your mind in a fiercely loving way. You have the energy and might to overcome dramas or energies that aren't working for your growth. And it's time to take charge before you find yourself in a situation you don't want to be in. You are being encouraged to be the boss instead of being bossed. This card brings the energy of ambition and can show you have the potential to move upwards on a professional level, but only if you act with authority and show who you really are.
Hmm. That's interesting.
Mm. And the second card I pulled for you was the wise one, which is knuckle down, be reliable and committed, be open to wisdom and insights from your elders. And it's about taking aspects of your inner wisdom
Mm.
from that card and from that energy as well. With the wisdom of the wise one is based on something that younger generations is often lacking: commitment and reliability. When this card appears, you're being guided to continue working on your growth and expansion within your current situation. Be committed to your tasks and projects.
Hmm. That's interesting.
So I thought they were quite cool, with especially with what's going on with you at the minute, and building your business and keeping yourself focused and grounded and in the right direction to do that.
Tapping into that elder energy, tapping into that inner voice, I kind of get from that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
interesting that the third eye and throat and the heart chakra were blocked up there. We opened it up real nice. Good, good. I mean,
Yeah.
I wish I could remember visions, but I mean, I was having some great visions, but I don't remember them now. It felt great, felt
Yeah.
perfect.
Sometimes I like, if I'm ever receiving Reiki, I will see stuff, and will get visions, but I'm just so relaxed, almost to the point of sleeping,
Hmm.
that like the visions come and the visions go, but I'm not actually fully aware of what they are, what they mean, or what they're representing or anything. I'm just kind of in that moment and just so peaceful and so relaxed.
Right.
So yeah.
And I think our energies right now, it's so dense right now with a lot of stuff coming up too. I think it's important for us to be resting and relaxing and
Definitely.
getting the sleep we need so we can reintegrate all the energies that are coming in.
Yeah.
So I think it's amazing.
Yeah, especially with because we've got they keep talking about Mercury and the retrograde with Mercury, and Jupiter's coming into Aries, so it's a good time for putting your wishes and plans out there.
Oh yeah.
And to attract things that you need to attract as well. So really powerful time. Mercury's going to get rid of all the shit and all the arguments, and Jupiter's going to bring in all the good stuff.
Good. So when's Jupiter coming in there? I don't.
That's pretty soon, I think. I think
Is it
it's
good?
what are we on? What's the date?
It'd be the 11th. It's the 11th today.
It's the 11th of May. I think it's something like the 13th of May till I think it's the 13th of May till about the 3rd of June.
Mm.
So it's a good chunk, a good period of time where we can really start doing our bit of manifestation and putting our wishes, thoughts, dreams, and desires out there.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, how's things going for you over there with the ranch?
Well, it's good. It's just I this week, I mean, I don't feel very motivated to do things.
Mm,
And I had a few client cancellations, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna rest and relax. And
mm,
I ended up spending the day out pretty much at the pool yesterday because it was a nice day, and
yeah,
my wife and I just sat out there and got a bit of sun
yeah,
and just rest. I just feel like it's needed right now for some
mm,
reason. Just rest when you can get it,
yeah.
and I've not been very motivated to do a whole lot of things. I did do some fencing the other day
Some
when
what?
the
Fencing.
fencing when the not the swashbuckling fencing.
I was thinking that's what you meant.
No, no, I had some electric fence that I had to fix and get done, and a buddy came over and helped. I did do some of that, but
Yeah.
other than that, I just really haven't felt the motivation or the drive to do a whole lot. If
Mm,
I just
yeah.
resting and relaxing this week, it feels like a really dense week. I feel,
It's been
but
a really chilled week for me this week as well. Like
mhm,
I've got a bit of client work in, like the regular the block bookings and what have you, but not loads. But it's
mhm.
also given me a chance to look at other things that need doing with regards to the business and building it. And yeah, but it's just it is nice to have that downtime as well and remember what it is, and remember how important it is for us to have that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think we forget about that a lot. I think we need to take advantage of that a lot more and stop being so worried sometimes about,
Mm.
us not getting things done, because
Yeah, yeah,
there's plenty of time. There's plenty of time to do that. We just
yeah, absolutely.
take it when you can, and rest and relax
And I
and
think
think on it.
after all that, because I know like when we had the new moon, there was so much new moon energy that came in that brought in all this sort of like new vibrant energy that like things just needed to be shifted and moved, and there was plans being made, and people became so, well, I certainly did, became so inspired to have just like good clear outs and sort outs and all that sort of stuff. And then
Right.
after that, you've had all this drive, and then all of a sudden you just, everything's just like, oh, we can just like kind of relax a little bit now and just get back into our little flow of things and just enjoy
Right.
it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, my wife has been actually kind of sick to her stomach the past few days. She hasn't felt very well, and
All right.
she don't really believe me much. I said, "Well, it's new energies coming in. Just relax and just relax and just, take it in and get better
And let it go. Yeah.
and let it go." I always get I get tired when, like, that. I just seem to just sit on the lazy boy and just take a nap whenever I want,
Mm.
when I feel that way. And then, then it'll change, and then that motivation comes back again, and then you're back at
Yeah,
it again doing it. So,
absolutely. All happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason.
right.
And if we can see that and we can take those opportunities for ourselves, it really is valuable. And it's a great learner as well, isn't it? Because we can sometimes be in the vein of mind where we constantly wanting to achieve, search, get, and what have you. But then sometimes the universe will play tricks, and the more you try to strive and achieve and get, the more it pulls stuff away, because
Right.
you go into the energy of needing or wanting rather
Mhm.
than just vibrating on that frequency, and
Right.
it's it can really mess with you.
It can. I guess we just have to not feel guilty about it and just
Mm,
enjoy it.
just enjoy it. Yeah,
When you need it. I mean, it's gonna come.
yeah,
When it's ready, it's gonna come. There's no, we used to. I thought about this today. We used to. I just laugh and laugh at myself, because there's so much that I used to worry about all the time. I used to worry about, doing this or doing that, and I was joking with my wife about it last night. Um, and she's like, "Well, maybe you should worry a little bit about bills and stuff coming in." I'm like, you know what? Why?
yeah,
Why? If you really think about it, when we need something, it's there.
mm,
When you start stressing about it, when it actually happens, it's there.
mm,
It just seems to flow. It just seems to come. And
yeah.
why should we worry about it? It just comes
Absolutely. I
as
saw
it
an
is.
interesting post today on Instagram, and someone had shared it. I might have put it on my stories as well. I can't remember. But it was something along the lines of um, stress doesn't exist. It's your mind that creates it.
Right.
And and I thought, wow, that is like so true, and it's so powerful. It's people's perception of everything, isn't it? It's like
Hmm.
how we see everything, and how we react to it is how is the results that we'll get from it. And
Right.
it's, yeah, it's really powerful.
And I think we do that a lot. I think we're conditioned to do that. I mean, it's just constant worry and stress that before
Mm,
this and now. If you sit back and you sit back in the flow, and you look back at all those times that you were something negative happened to you, it was a steer in the right direction to get you there.
mm,
And
yeah,
I think so. You just sit
yeah,
back and enjoy it, enjoy life, experience life,
yeah,
and enjoy it.
yeah. And
Stop worrying about all this stuff that just don't make any sense.
well, that's it.
Uh,
It's so right, because you're only creating more problems in the long run for yourself, by stressing yourself out and getting yourself all worked up. Just
mhm.
and it's funny you should say that, because I was just having a similar thoughts probably myself today or yesterday. I was just thinking the same thing about how much we do like worry and get frustrated or react to things that really don't, if we sit back and just look at it, what is the point in all that? There's no need. there's no need. Things will happen, things will get done, the world still turns around, you'll be there tomorrow, and that's it. Yeah.
That's perfect.
Mm.
So maybe that's why you're feeling tired when doing Reiki here lately. It's just the time to relax and reintegrate with new energies coming in. And
Absolutely.
I think as the month goes on, it's going to get better, and we're going to be back at her.
Who knows? Who knows?
I so wish I could remember the visions I was having, though. It was pretty in depth. I can't remember it.
It might come back.
One thing too is my shoulder was achy before the Reiki session, and now it's not. It feels good. So I don't. Did you see anything? Did you notice anything in that?
No, I never felt or sensed anything to do with the shoulder.
That might have been connected to my heart energy as well. So you said
it could have been, yeah. Heart energy, throat energy. It's all that sort of area, isn't it? So there might be some sort of connection there. It's one of the meridians.
Because it felt like it was achy, like if someone just punched you real hard in the shoulder. Remember, we used to want to do that.
Dead arm.
A chuggy. A chuggy. What do we call that? A chuggy. I don't know if you ever did that over there growing up, but
yeah, but we used to call it a dead arm, where you just keep banging people in the
right. But that's kind of what it felt like. It was a tired ache,
like a numb
in that
ache.
right shoulder.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I don't feel that now. It feels great.
Oh, good.
So
good.
So we did some. We did some
something
good.
Definitely. Yeah.
And
I think that's the beauty of it is we like, I don't control the Reiki. It's your subconscious and your higher self that does all the work and sends it to where you need it for you at that time. And obviously you needed something doing there at that time, so it's helped your shoulder and helped other things, and you might experience things over the next few days where it's things being released or shifted or whatever. So yeah. And then you might even dream your visions that you had. You might get some quite vivid dreams, and might sort of bring it back into your consciousness to understand what it is. Or you might not. They might just have been there and then they might just go. But I know Karen had some like pretty wild visions when I did her session.
She did.
Waves and pink waves and stuff. And I watched her her soul center healing hypnosis video the other day, and I got like about halfway through, and because she was telling me about the flying horse, the horse with the wings, and
Romeo.
She just didn't want to leave, and I was just like, oh my god, that sounds just absolutely amazing.
Oh, that's
awesome journeys.
Well, I guess it's been a long time since I remembered your session though too, and you went some amazing places as well.
Yeah,
and that was crazy. But yeah, her horse, it was a Pegasus called Romeo, and she's like, I love this horse. This is great.
And she just didn't want to get off or leave.
She didn't want to leave. She wanted to stay there. And she did. And every scene that we went to with her was the same. It's just a progression. It was like this now moment where she was a kind of a goddess, and it was in 5D is what she gathered. It was like, the vibration, I don't know if it was earth or not, but the vibration had increased so much that they were waiting people coming through the gateway, which was different than a portal, because the gateway was just shifting in dimension, shifting in frequency, or shifting in vibration, whereas a portal is something to go to that you did. If you remember from your session, because you were that Empress.
I was the Empress. That's where I felt like there was like kind of like a bit of a connection there, because it was almost of a similar feeling with hers being this goddess, and I was this kind of Empress on Venus, and there was these kids that were using like telepathy and mind control to move things around, and they were just like just so easy. And then but I remember there was a Portland, there was people and beings that were coming in from all over, and it was like a place of like learning and education to learn these abilities or relearn these abilities. I was like, wow,
Wow.
it's like
It's crazy. Yeah. So basically there was a portal there where people would come in from, different places to learn and stuff. I still have to laugh at the kid, and I think I use it every now and then, because I asked if any of the kids there that you were teaching had a message for you, and you said, well, it's so easy, anybody can do this.
it's just so easy.
It's so easy, any kid can do this, anybody can do it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
And just think these are all like messages from like our souls and our subconsciouses, our higher selves, and it's all being shown to us of where we've been, what we've done, what we've created, what we've manifested, and everything that we need is like just there. It's just the key. It's just the key of finding it and delving deeper into it.
Right. This earth suit, this mind in this earth suit tries to make everything so difficult, and it's
Yeah.
really not that difficult. It's simple.
Yeah.
If we just remember how it is done and how it used to be done.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's amazing.
I know the candle thing that I was talking about in mine as well, and looking into crystals and using candlelight and crystals for visualization. And I mentioned to Karen that I'd tried that, and with the candle flame, and it was actually during a Reiki session. I was just staring at the candle, and in my mind I just asked the candle to like move to the left, the flame, and then it moved to the left. And then I asked it to move to the right, and it moved to the move to the right. And I asked the flame to like get longer, and it sort of like got thinner and elongated, and then went back down. I was just like, wow. Then I started seeing things through, because the very top crystal was like an amethyst. It was this one here. It was it's like that one. So it was like translucent. You could see through it. And where the light was shining through it, I kept seeing like shapes, and I was just looking at the crystal so intently, looking for something within the crystal, and I kept seeing like images of things that were going on within. And then when I passed these messages on that I was seeing within the crystal, I was just like, oh my god, and everything, it was all connecting with what people were like. I think one of my clients was on about because I kept seeing like there was various animals, but there was like a panther, a horse, and a couple of other things. But she was like, my god, she said, a panther. She said, I'm wanting to get a panther tattoo. She said, that's just like crazy. How, why did that come up? I was like, well, I don't know, it was just something that was there. I just
See it.
So yeah.
That's awesome. I need to, well, I have my crystals sitting here that I use on my healing sessions that I keep with me. That might not show up, but that's an Andorra. And I stare at that sometimes, and you do, and that's where it helps, because you actually see stuff in it, and
Yeah.
it helps with your imagination.
Yeah.
And speaking of a switch, you know what in your session too, where you were on that 2-man boat by yourself, and you had that beast or whatever it was, the huge large octopus that we had to use mind,
yeah, we had
thought
to use thought control to make it understand what it was doing and how to control it. And because I know you thought, well, as a practitioner, how we're going to do this.
Well, telepathy, that's how it works.
It's so easy.
Yeah, anybody could do that. And your session wasn't the first time that's ever happened to me, where we've had some kind of being trying to hold down, light workers or stop the elevation of light, the ascension of Earth. I had that with another client where she went through this door, and she's on a spaceship, basically, where they were waiting for her to wake up so she could share information with how to stop the light from increasing, because if that happened, then they couldn't drill or get whatever they're wanting to from Earth. So
Mm.
I had this whole spaceship of malevolent aliens that were shorter, that I had to go, okay, so we're basically on an enemy ship right now, and they're keeping the ascension from happening. How are we going to do this? How are we going to? And we did the same thing. It
Mm.
was telepathy, using our thoughts to
Yeah.
portray through love and compassion
Mm.
how it benefited all being for the ascension. And they shouldn't be stopping it because it benefited them as well.
Mm.
And that's
Wow.
that's another time that, I mean, it keeps happening to me in sessions or whatever. I
Yeah.
end up being in this foreign territory where we have to try to help other beings,
Yeah.
figure out that it's good for everybody.
Yeah.
So
Wow. But
it's
you
some
have to, you have to be
crazy
like
stuff.
so on the spot with it as well, don't you? Because
Right, right.
it's just happening in the moment. So you have to be kind of like, I suppose you'll have to be like sort of 2 steps ahead, really, of
Right.
what could happen, and like how we're gonna manage and navigate around this.
Mm. Well, yeah, and I think with my past experience as a medic, though, I mean, I think all that training that I've gone through, the life experiences that I've
Mm.
had, it helps you doing this work and doing the healing work, is that you're able to, from your past experiences, you're able to help people out and help heal them with those
Mm.
with those experiences. And I think it's a big benefit for me to have done that in the past. But
Yeah.
what I was going to say about that molten lake that you were on, so I'm watching Star Trek Picard the other day,
All right. Yeah.
and the Vulcan, or no, maybe it wasn't Star Trek Picard, it was another Star Trek. Well, the Vulcans were overlooking this lake where they lived or whatever, and it was a molten lake. It was a lake. It was a lake of mercury, the same lake that you were in.
Ah.
So, because that's how
Mm.
you describe that lake that
Yeah,
you
because it
were
was
on in
like a
that boat.
metal, wasn't it? I was like, it was
Yeah,
like a molten metal.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lake of mercury,
Wow.
and it was on that show on Star Trek the other day. I'm like, oh my god, right there's the lake that Ian was on when his boat
We'll be bored. Like,
that had that
da,
had
da,
the
da, da, da.
that had the that had the Kraken, and all he had was a harpoon.
And then the big bird show, a big eagle showed up
Big Eagle
to
showed up.
to
To-
over oversee this beast.
it's so awesome and crazy, and
Oh
so
God.
it's right on
Mhm.
task. And I think a lot of our movies and stuff now are just basically, what we're doing in the other realms.
Mm, yeah, and a lot
Just
of it's prepping us, isn't it? It's prepping us for like the
right.
next steps for the things we're going to face. I mean,
Mhm.
all these movies that have been about aliens and what have you for so many years, it's all a kind of, it's prepping us for something that's coming.
Right. Right.
Um,
And they
oh,
try to,
there's me message running out of time.
oh my God.
10 minutes.
We've been talking that long?
It doesn't feel like it, does it? But yeah,
No, it doesn't. Never does.
never
I love
does.
love to talk to you. Well, we probably ought to put an end to it then, so you don't get
Yeah,
dinged
right.
on your time.
Ding dong don't be. I know. I'll be up. I'm going to be upgrading soon, so at least then I don't get ding dong dummy time or whatever, or we don't get cut off or anything. But yeah, I just thought we'd be nice to just to chat and connect and talk about Reiki and have a quick catch up. We're after Kaz's chat the other day, we're on about trying to get together, maybe me, you, Kaz, and Heather possibly as well. Maybe try and get the four of us together to have a chat just about whatever.
I'm always up for it. A good chat's good. I think we
Yeah.
need to do that more as healers, and come
Mm.
together and talk about it and
And
chat,
connect. Yeah.
and share it with everyone else too, because
Yeah.
it helps everyone, us talking about this stuff. And
Yeah.
and show in different ways where we can help to assist.
Mm.
It'd be beautiful. So let's schedule it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do
I
it. So
I love the talk. I don't know if you know that about me.
never.
I'm sorry. It's a fault. It's a fault of mine.
It's not a fault. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and it's
But
lovely, lovely to talk.
but I have to admit though, there are some people that I find it very difficult for me to talk to. And
Mm,
so I end up not saying a whole lot because I just don't really connect. I don't
mm.
there's the vibrational frequency isn't there, whatever it is.
Yeah,
It's
whatever the energies.
yeah. But when I get with people that freaking uplift you and all that stuff, man, the it just flows.
Yeah, you just go with it. Just feel it. Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, we
Yeah.
need to schedule it.
Will do. I will. We'll message back and forth. Me, you, Karen, what have you. I've followed Heather as well on Instagram, so at least I can follow her now, and we can get in touch. And then, but yeah, we'll fix something. Whereabouts is Heather in conjunction with you in the States?
She's actually on the west side of Tennessee. So Tennessee is this long state. I'm on
Mm.
the east side, and then she's on the west side. Uh, I think she's further than Nashville. She's a lot further than Nashville. So it's probably almost it's at least 5 or 6 hours to get to her from me.
Is she
So
in the same time zone as you?
nope, she's in Central Time. So
Central time.
she's an hour behind me.
Right. Right.
And that lady is a beautiful superstar. She is great. You really need to talk to her.
Yeah, I can't wait. The family is growing. It really is.
It is. It's
Family
awesome.
is growing. Yeah. Right. I'm going to shoot before we get ding donged, but it's lovely to see you again, Tony.
Absolutely.
You
I love
take
you,
care of
brother.
yourself, brother. Love you. You
All
take
right.
care.
Have a
Bye for
good.
now. You too.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.